Hello everyone, and welcome to the start of a new game. We're going to be playing the Royal Trap today.
Another Hanako game.
Yes, I was going to say it's another visual novel produced by Hanako Games.
Woohoo.
I was actually recording something else today, but things didn't go quite according to plan.
Multiple times.
Due to a series of errors, of which it kind of escalated to different things. But yeah, so instead we'll try this today, which is something quite a few people will be pleased to see, I'm sure.
Including me.
And it's something we intend to do at some point anyway, so might as well start now, I guess.
I have to get my reading voice ready for this one.
Yeah, something you'll actually have to read. Or an intro. Oh no, it's not.
Oscar's hair never behaves.
Oscar seems like he doesn't behave in general, just from looking
Look
at his
at
face.
Oscar's
He looks
face.
displeased.
It's like, stop touching me. He tried to grow it out 2 years ago, but he gave up long before reaching the adventurous man's ponytail he was hoping to achieve. Instead of gently bouncing waves, he got lank clumps that brushed his cheeks and made him fidget like a pup with fleas. In the end, it irritated him enough that he stole the shears while I was away and shaved his head near bald, at least in the places he could reach. Then he sulked away. Then he sulked when I showed him a mirror. We hid him from the public for months after that.
Oh, the horrors.
But now, his hair reflects his nature. Sweet, rumpled, and unruly. A clumsy little boy in the body of a young man.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but he doesn't seem pleased about it, does he?
No.
Do I look all right?
You look fine, my lord.
Why do you keep calling me that? You never did before.
We've never been in a foreign palace before, my lord. It is important that we make a good impression on your potential bride, my lord. That means no making eyes at the royal chefs to get an extra pastry. You know your place and I know mine.
Oh.
You must maintain dignity.
You must lose your baby fat. Right up until I choke on my own foot like I always do. They're just brimming with self-confidence.
Well, when you're wedded, you'll have a wisdom to rely on.
Only if I actually do find a princess willing to have me.
Yeah, with that attitude, you're definitely gonna get a bunch.
You're gonna go far, young man.
Yeah. Your wife could still be wise and wealthy, even if she isn't a king's wisdom.
If I married you, I would have a wise wife. Well, that's rather,
forward.
bold.
And then you'd starve to death.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
You are not allowed to try and make a silk purse out of me just because you're afraid you won't impress Princess Cassidy, my lord.
Of course. There, see? You were doing better for a moment. I can't do this alone, Maddie. And you can't give me proper advice if you're too busy bowing to keep your eyes open.
I give in and stick my tongue out at him in the most undignified manner.
There's my girl.
Ew, that sounds creepy. Don't say that. People will get the wrong idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if they do have something going on with them right now or not, because he's acting like they do.
He's being really creepy. Especially for a person like he's obviously...
Who's a prince?
Yeah, he's like the prince and she's like a servant or something, I guess. Well, she's not a princess, so he shouldn't be speaking to her that way.
Which wrong idea?
Ew.
Oh, these princes, they're so forward.
That we're something more than friends, which we're not and we never will be.
Oh.
Well, there you go. That cleared that up.
I know. Help me with the belt?
Ew, no. Yes, my lord. That's so grossing. Prince Oscar of Osendawir is something close to my best friend. He's also my employer, or the son of my employer, depending on how you look at it. More importantly, he is my responsibility, one that I will not fail.
Yeah, quite the responsibility.
I was born Miss Madeleine Valois, daughter of a cadet branch of an insignificant noble house. To my misfortune, I was also born the second daughter, and as such, what little wealth and prestige remained in our line was settled upon my sister. There was simply not enough to divide between us and leave us any pretense of gentility. Thus, I was raised to be my sister's shadow, her replacement in case of disaster, and to have nothing of my own. I was taught to be silent and supportive, and never to disgrace my family by displaying my own desires.
Wow, quite the life.
Wow. If I had learned my lessons well enough, I might be there still. Instead, my greatest mistake became my only opportunity.
Really now? Oh.
I was in the first rush of adolescence at the time, enjoying the freedom to run with longer legs.
Yes, the benefits of longer legs.
My family were attending court, making conversation with people far too important for the presence of a child who was heir to nothing. I was ordered to stay in our rooms, unseen and unheard, and wait patiently for their return.
Let me guess that didn't happen, though.
But I wanted a mid-afternoon snack, and I was tired of waiting. I came up with a plan that involved leading my governess on a false trail while I lifted the keys from a careless steward and wriggled my way into the palace cellars.
Oh, what a scheme.
There I discovered that I was not the first child to mount an expedition for sweets. A blonde boy, his face streaked with tears, had managed to trap his hand between the planks of an old crate. What? How?
Nice job.
It fell to me to calm him down and work out a plan to get him free unharmed and both of us out of there without being caught. It reminds me of like those monkeys who stick their hand in the coconut and then can't get it out because they won't let go of whatever the heck's inside.
Wow.
You know that trap that I'm talking about?
No.
Like there's a trap where you like you put something inside of a coconut.
I've never had
like
a trap a monkey before.
Well, I would never do such a thing. But then like they don't, they're not smart enough to like open their fist so they can get their hand out, so they're like trapped.
Greed.
Yeah, exactly. If I had known he was a prince, I might have been more successful. I thought his family, like mine, wouldn't want to raise a fuss or admit that anything had gone wrong. Instead, my escape route led us straight into the path of his parents' frantic searching. Even then, I tried to protect him.
From his own parents. Uh-oh.
My mother was horrified at what I'd done. She would have had me whipped and confined to my room on bread and water for a week.
Nice lady.
The king of Ascendoir saw things differently, saw in me someone who could keep up with his youngest son's mischief and get him out of trouble safely.
They only want a teenage girl.
Yeah. Thus, I received a royal appointment as the valet of the young Prince Oscar. Is that right? Valet? I don't know. His companion, his maidservant, his advisor, and his agent. For the first time in my life, I had a place that belonged to me. I have studied for him, trained and fought for him. If necessary, I am expected to give my life for him. I will not fail.
Wow.
And here we are. Now that Oscar is reaching adulthood, he must find a bride willing to give control of her ancestral lands to him. I would not say it and discourage him, but I do not expect it to be these lands. Gwellinor is a large and powerful kingdom, and the competition is likely to be fierce. I have never met Princess Cassidy, but I know she is quite young. She is certainly under no obligation to choose a husband in a hurry. This occasion is only the beginning of a long process for all of us. Still, her debut is a small and prestigious gathering, and it was good fortune that Oscar received an invitation.
Man, sounds like a big competition.
Here he will gain experience in dealing with royal women who are not his relations, so that he can achieve a good marriage in the future. That is my final purpose, to prepare him and polish him, to make of him a man whom a princess could trust with her heart and her home. If no one wishes him for her husband, then all these years have been wasted. I will be sent home in disgrace, a nothing, a worse than nothing. And yet, if he is chosen, then he will become a king, the master of a territory far from his birth, and he will leave me behind. What happens to me then?
I don't know, probably starting someone else.
I can't let my worries about the future distract me. I have to focus on Oscar and everything that is happening right now. No matter what happens, I will stay in control. I won't let anyone down. Not my family, not Oscar, and not myself.
Wow, that was a long monologue.
Yep. I think you're ready.
Are you coming? You're allowed to attend the presentation, just not the ball.
Of course, I need to see your competition.
Good.
Look at how pixelated the picture is on the wall.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I didn't even notice. Madeleine.
Yes?
I want you to know, I really appreciate everything you do for me.
Great.
Okay. I know that. I appreciate you too. Stop wasting time.
Oh gosh, I think that's a little bit mean.
That's a little harsh.
Maybe, I don't want to I don't know. I don't want to be with him. He was a dick in the beginning. I already dislike him.
Just from the first few moments, you're already turned off of this guy. That's
Yeah,
funny.
exactly. Well, I also don't like his clothes, but you know.
That's a minor detail.
Whatever.
In his
So
personality department.
if I say I appreciate you too, I feel like that's too nice, right?
So you want to go with the middle ground, basically.
Yeah.
Fine.
Of course, my lord. He lets out a slow breath and shakes his head.
Well, I suppose we should go. Oh.
The presentation hall of the Kingdom of Gwellinor is not so much larger than that of my homeland, but the decorations seem more ornate, the jewels more lustrous. Perhaps it is only the dazzle of unfamiliarity. I have never crept along these walls on secretive errands, nor been forced to polish them as punishment. Only 3 foreign princes are present for these festivities. According to court gossip, 5 were invited, but 1 politely declined and the other, somewhat less politely,
Really?
refused to attend any event which involved Prince Nazagi.
Oh.
Oh, Prince Nazagi, what are you up to?
Sounds like an evil name.
Therefore, this debut becomes an intimate affair and might appear that much more advantageous for those present. But the central focus of this event is the princess herself.
Of course it is.
Her Enlightened Highness, the Princess Cassidy. I don't know where that voice came from.
Well, it was a very good voice, if I may
Thank
say
you.
so.
She walks into the room with poise, her head held high, then hesitates, looking rapidly back and forth over the assembled personages before continuing to her assigned position. She cannot acknowledge anyone here until they have been formally announced, of course, but no one could blame her for indulging in a moment's curiosity. Gwellinor's heir has been famously kept in a cloistered existence until now out of fear for her health. She might never have seen so many strangers at once. She has pink hair.
She does. Pink hair's the thing in this
And pink
world.
eyes.
So are pink eyes.
As we are gathered in celebration of her anniversary, the princess must have only the barest blush of 18 years, younger even than Oscar, yet her face holds more maturity than her years would allow. She looks closer to my age, some 2 or 3 years older. Okay, so we're older than Oscar.
Okay, I figured from the picture that we saw of him before.
Well, not that. Oh yeah, when they were kids, she was a little older. Determining a woman's age is always an inexact science, and a noble woman's more so. In her youth, my mother was often mistaken for younger than she was, to her chagrin, and forced to disguise herself with paints and artifice to give the correct impression.
Ah, of course.
This trait, like so much else, she did not pass to me.
Oh,
I'm
alright.
often mistaken for younger as well. Now that the princess is in place, the guests can be announced. His Royal Highness, the Prince Gaston.
Oh no, I hope it's not Gaston, as in Gaston from
What other
Beauty and the
Gaston
Beast.
is there? Come on now.
Oh, well, there's that Gaston.
Look at the hair. The Prince of Bardouin is a golden barrel of a man. His curls are as gleaming as the buckles in his shoes in every conceivable place in between. What?
Let's not conceive of those places.
No, let's not. So broad are his shoulders that I imagine, if startled, his mighty arms would tear right through his glittering wardrobe. I do not envy his tiring woman. What? What? With brisk strides, he crosses the hall, stopping neatly at the minimum distance from the princess that propriety will permit, and sweeps a dramatic bow.
Please keep your distance, sir.
Please.
Oh.
He sparkles.
It is my greatest pleasure to be in the presence of such a rare flower as your highness.
Thank you.
In honor of your anniversary, I present you with this rare Taputian essence. May its scent bring you joy.
I hope it smells like a skunk.
First of all, I don't know how these words are pronounced. And also, I'm not really good with French in general,
No,
so any of these things...
neither of us ever studied French. Anniversary, I think, just means birthday.
Well, I figured that much out. I'm just not sure how you would say it exactly. If it's pronounced the
Anniversary.
same way as anniversary, if it's a little bit more fancy,
I'm sure
which
the
I would
R's
presume.
are fancier.
Yeah.
But I'm not even going to attempt it. He offers her a bottle of faceted dark glass capped with gold, which she takes with interest. Yeah, gold seems to be his thing.
You think?
Perfume. What does it smell like?
Gold.
The servant beside her makes
Pure
a quick
gold.
chopping gesture with her hand. Chop it off. I shouldn't open that here.
I wonder who gave you that impression.
Thank you, Prince Gaston, and welcome to Gwellinor. She hands the bottle to an attendant who sets it aside. Prince Gaston bows his head, then steps aside for the next presentation. His Royal Highness, the Prince Nazagi.
Oh no. Oh
Oh
no.
my goodness. The Prince of Asenath is a slender, sharp-featured man.
Slenderman.
Yes, attired in the finest silks which glide soundlessly along the floor as he walks. His delicacy and refined appetites are well known, as are the rumors of his less appealing qualities. He is not a warm face. The narrow eyes, the elegant nose, the thin lips all seem crafted for expressions of cruelty. I am not a flighty scullion to believe everything I hear. A flighty scullion, I want to use that now. I find it entirely likely that it is his appearance which gives rise to such tales and not any actions the prince has taken. Still, I would be cautious if I find myself alone with him.
Definitely.
Approaching the princess, he bows with his hands at his sides.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that Slytherin is always present in some form or another in one of these games. And he would most certainly be the one for this game.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I'm not sure if I should continue to do bad voices for every single character we meet.
Oh, come on.
I guess I already kind of started with this already in this game, but...
Well, they said there were only 3 princes here, so this would be the last guy.
Okay, yeah, because the third one would be our guy. Fine, I guess. What should I do for this guy, let's say?
High-pitched.
High pitch? I don't think high pitch would suit him.
But Gaston already has the low voice. How many do you have?
I don't know. I kind of imagine this guy a bit like Lynn's from the last game.
Yeah, me
He
too.
seems that way.
All right, do it.
Gracious Highness, you do me much honor with your invitation. I only hope my humble gifts can convey my gratitude.
He snaps his fingers and a servant rushes forward to present the princess with bundles of blue and purple silk. You are very kind, Prince Nozagi. Be welcome.
Ah, that was quick.
Prince
I like
Nozagi.
that.
Yes. Prince Nozagi bows a second time and steps backward, retreating without ever turning his back on the princess.
Although I do feel a bit bad for you.
And then it is our turn.
I'm kind of thinking that maybe we should put off our turn for the next episode, only because I kind of feel bad you have to do all this voice acting by yourself.
It's okay.
And I say voice acting in a very general sense because it's not like we're trying to do anything special.
No. Well, I have the princess have a slightly different voice, but
yeah.
that's because she's pink.
Yeah. So in the next episode, we'll probably see exactly how Oscar's presentation goes.
Yes.
And if I had to make a guess, he's probably going to screw this up, if only because I just don't have much confidence in this guy. And he doesn't have much confidence in himself, so that's why he's probably going to do poorly.
Exactly.
But we'll see next time anyway. So until then,
Bye.
take care.